Hey, hello. Today I want to talk to you about a tiny little action I took, and the actual action took me less than 2 minutes, and that gained me two one-on-one clients, my high ticket service, where it's generated enough income for me for the next 6 weeks. Yeah, all that from one action that took less than 2 minutes. Now I'll tell you what this action was, but let's look a little bit about the context. I don't know if you've heard this thing, but a lot of people, whether they're big in business or showbiz or something else, they sometimes complain that the world doesn't take them seriously, that people think they just woke up one day with this big success, whereas overnight success generally has been in the making 10, 20 years. And that also happened a little bit with what I did here, because that one little action that I took came from trial and error over a period of years, seeing what worked, finding my own way in how I work and tweaking it, testing, trying, all things like that. One of the things I always talk about is how I don't do acquisition in the sense of cold calling, because that's scary. But instead, the way I act and interact on LinkedIn gets people to notice me, to remember me, to get a bit of a feel for my expertise and my personality, and that leads to being to clients. And of course, this is something that, again, I have developed over years. So it's easy for me now to teach other people, to teach you how to do these things, because I don't need as many years as it took me to figure it out and to perfect it, to then explain it to you. Now, what was this little action, you may wonder? It was a voice message. And so voice message on LinkedIn can only be 60 seconds. I had to look at the profile a bit to decide what to say, so that's why I said it took me 2 minutes. What happened? I got a connection request, and I got this from someone that I absolutely didn't know. No idea. We didn't even have joint connections, nothing there. But they did send me a personal invite, which was a good thing. And they told me that my name had been mentioned in some Facebook group, and it's a Facebook group that I am not a member of. So that was the first good thing. That is what happens when you become very visible for your expertise. People start talking behind your back in a good way. Anyway, so I accepted the invite, sent a nice message back, then went over to the person's profile, saw something that completely confused the shit out of me, where I didn't know if they were looking for clients as a consultant or looking for an employer, and whether their main focus was this industry or that. And there were two specific parts that totally sent different messages. So I recorded a voice message, obviously started with something nice to say, something I really liked about the profile, and then said, look, it's just one thing that really confuses me, so I hope you don't mind. And I told them what confused me. This led to some messaging back and forth. We hopped on a quick call about my work and what I offer and all that. They were interested. I talked about my program. It's actually called Serious Shit, which is my 7-week signature program. But at that stage, they were more interested in profile only, which is about half that program. But then the big thing was they still weren't even sure themselves whether to go for employee or consultant. So that was their biggest struggle at the moment. And I had picked up on that from their profile and put the finger on it in that 1-minute message. So gave it a few days, and then I said, look, if that's your struggle, why don't we hop on another call and talk about that? Which we did. And I took notes and took a picture of the notes, sent it to her, said, look, this is how I see it. Now, what happened? This person did end up hiring me for the profile thing, which, but they actually rang their brother in a different country and talked about that 1-minute voice message and said, look, you got to reach out to this lady, that's me, Because look, if she can give this much value in just a 60-second voice message, imagine what it'd be like to work with her. So the brother also booked a call with me, knew exactly where he was going, what he wanted, what he was doing, and booked the big fat serious shit program. Anyways, I've got another call lined up today with his best friend. And I mean, we're talking people in a company that everybody knows. That's not LinkedIn. Yeah, and you know, and at a level where they know what they're doing, and that is the kind of client I like best. It's not so much like, oh look, I got this high up corporate client. No, it's like getting client who's at a stage where they know what they stand for, where they know what they want, when they know what their values are, and then working with them to work that well in their LinkedIn. That is so amazing. Well, I think so anyway. Now, thing is though, if you like that idea of, you know, sending a quick voice message after you connect with someone, then I encourage you to just play with it for a while. Do it for 1 week. Tell yourself for 1 week, every new connection request you get, you visit their profile, you find something that relates to your area of expertise so that you can give a tip. Or even if you don't want to give a tip, but just a nice little voice message. Just do it for 1 week. And you know what? That is also what we do in the membership. Because I've got this membership, right? Not sure if you've heard about it, the LinkedIn Tea Lounge. And in there, every single week, so 52 weeks a year, I posted a video, a lot shorter than this video, don't you worry about that. And it gives a tip. Then there's a worksheet there so that you can, all these thoughts and ideas that might pop up in your head while you watch the video, you can organize them in a bit of a structured manner in this worksheet. And then there's a challenge that pretty much says, go and do this for a week. Now, the fun thing about doing this in a membership site is that there's a leaderboard, so that some people need that competition. For others, it's just the accountability of knowing that we're in it as a group. It's very supportive. People talk to each other and all this kind of stuff. So, yeah, if you like this little tip that I shared with you here, there's a lot more like that in LinkedIn Tea Lounge, which, I got completely distracted. Did you see my cat? Well, on that note, I think I better sign off and do you another little video tomorrow. How about that? Get in.